Hello, as you can see I'm back in the forest and today's video is going to be about controlling depth of field. I'm going to try and demonstrate how you can control depth of field by using the aperture, by using focal length of the lens and by using camera to subject distance. So if you think this is something of interest, please watch the rest of the video and I'll put some photographs up at the end. If you do like it, if you do enjoy the video, you think it was helpful, please like and subscribe. Okay, I found this subject here. It's just a stump, but it's in a part of the forest that's got good light. It's easy for me to get down low. There's a bit of a clearing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on, there's a little acorn right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on that point using a 50mm prime lens. And I'm going to go through the different apertures, 1.8, 2.8, f4, f5.6, f8, f11, f16, f22. I'm going to take a series of photographs focused on that point as I go through the different apertures from 1.8 through to f22. I'm hoping that gradually you'll start to see the depth of field increase up to and beyond the trees in the background here. Now the closest tree is about 25 feet away, so that's quite a distance, quite a difference between the shallow depth of field that you'll get by 1.8 and then the extended depth of field that you'll get at f22. So let's have a look at the photographs and we'll see how they come out. Okay, now that you've seen how aperture affects depth of field, and as you increase the aperture, you increase the depth of field in front of and beyond the focal point. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a series of photographs of this subject here using different focal lengths. So we'll start at a wide angle and we'll go through to a mid telephoto, say about 70mm short telephoto lens. So you'll see the increase in depth of field with the wide angle, but then you'll see the depth of field will gradually decrease as the focal length of the lens increases. Okay, so we've done two out of the three things that I wanted to cover. We've covered how different apertures affect your depth of field. We've gone through the apertures from 1.8 to f22. We've also covered how focal length affects depth of field, and we've gone from 17mm right up to 105. So the last thing that I wanted to cover on this video was camera to subject, the distance. So what I'm doing is I'm actually on just a path in the forest here, and I'm probably about 60 to 80 feet from that little tree right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 200mm lens on the camera, and I'm going to take it from this position. So I'm going to set the lens to 200mm, and I'm going to take the photograph. And from that distance I'm going to be set at probably about f8, and at that distance depth of field will be okay. It'll be enough to get a decent shot of the tree with reasonable separation. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera position. Nothing else will change. It will stay at f8, it will stay at 200mm, and what I'll do is I'll go closer to the subject and take the photograph, and you'll see that depth of field shrink, because camera to subject distance does affect depth of field. Okay, so I moved much closer and took the shot with a 200mm lens at f8 for comparison. But what I've also done in this last shot is I have used the minimum aperture of f4. I have used the longest focal length of 200mm, and I've also used the shortest distance that I was comfortable with. So I've done all three to control depth of field and get a nice shallow depth of field to make this tree stand out from the forest. So check out this last photograph. If you found this video helpful, there'll be similar content to this uploaded in the future, so please like and subscribe. Thanks very much. Till next time.